She's stuck inside my mental. She got a body like a temple. Even though she drives me crazy, I tell everyone that's my baby. She's pretty like a 4K sunset. Blue-eyed baby from the Midwest. Body so bad when she undressed. If I was your ex, I'd be upset. Little did he know I was up next. Big brown boy with the big flex. I know that you know the one. She's stuck inside my mental.
You know that you
She got a body like a
You're stuck inside my mental.
The fact that you don't know the words yet is concerning.
What's the words?
What do you mean?
What's the words?
You know, come on now. All right. Hello, everybody. I know the words.
What's the words?
She's stuck inside my mental.
She got a body like a temple. Yeah, even though she drives me crazy.
I tell everyone that's my baby.
But what are the words when it starts off?
She's pretty like a 4K sunset.
Okay.
Baby now and then with the mental.
Yeah.
But in my defense, I'm never good with lyrics.
Me either. What are you talking about? I always told you that I'm music first.
Yes, you're music first,
Okay.
but when you get the lyrics, you get the lyrics. I hear the lyrics and I think I got the lyrics and I say the wrong words.
All right, go ahead. You got it.
Like that song, what was it called? I forget the name of it. Extraterrestrial, I think it is.
Sure.
I don't know. Never mind. Let's not get into that. Anyway, hello, everybody.
Hello.
Welcome back. I am Beautiful.
And I'm Ace.
And we are Together Real Bad.
Real bad. Yeah.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
You just got
Good.
home from work? How'd that go?
Yeah, work was good. It was just hot. And because it was hot, I didn't really feel like doing much. But again, remember what I said. Don't let the kids know you're being lazy. So like I had them doing stuff and they were busy the entire time, but we stayed downstairs because it was cooler downstairs than it was upstairs. As we all know, heat rises.
Okay.
And so they were asking, well, why didn't we swing bars? The reason why I told them that we didn't swing bars is because we took too long on floor.
Was that really the case?
That was not the case. The case was that I wasn't trying to move a bunch of mats for stations and everything like that.
So you wouldn't have to sweat?
Exactly. And I was already sweating. But we stayed on floor, and every time somebody did something wrong, everybody went back. So we stayed on floor for a pretty long time. And if they sat down, after I told them, like, after they take their turn, you need to turn and wait for the next direction. Like, stay in line, stay on your feet. Because them kids are lazy sometimes. And they kept getting off the line, standing at the door, all type of stuff. I said, okay, if you do it again, we're going to take a tour around the gym.
And what does this tour around the gym mean?
The tour means that they run the stairs, up the stairs, across the gym, down the stairs, to the next set of stairs, up the flight of stairs, over, and then back down. Because there's three flights of stairs that we have.
A little cardio.
A little cardio, yeah. And there's nothing wrong with cardio. They need it, especially it's summertime, it's conditioning time. They are out of season, so this was also good for, their cardio. But yeah, it was because I was running out of stuff to do. Not that I was running out of stuff to do. It was just that, they really needed to work on the stuff that we were working on. Some of it was new, so it was fun for them. So they had a good time. Yeah. But I also want things to look a certain way. After I explain it, after I show it, after I explain it again, give you corrections, I expect you to make some changes. And changes weren't being made fast enough for me. And they were like little changes.
How old are these kids?
These kids are 8, 9, 10 years old.
It's funny. I was listening to something somebody had in their story, and they were talking about you can't expect like your kids to make the correction right away. Like that expectation is not fair when you're talking about young kids. So he said something to the effect of tell your kids like, hey, I want these dishes done in the next 30 minutes. And if they sit and they're not done, and he said, hey, if you don't do these dishes in the next 15 minutes, you're going to do the dishes and accept the consequences. And then if they don't do the dishes, you give them a consequence, and then tell them also to do the dishes. And he was just like, stop threatening your kids. And
isn't that a form of threat?
Well, I don't think he meant when I say he says stop threatening his kids. I think he means like with like quote unquote capital punishment or violence or whatever. That was just my take on it. Because he said stop threatening them and then don't follow through. And to me, that meant something that was like, you know, a whooping or something. You know how we do. But he's saying give them a repercussion, as in like take the iPad away, take the phone away, da 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 da. And it's also funny because I was talking to Larry today, and we were talking about kids doing things for whatever reason. She was like, if I take Addison's iPad and phone, she'll straighten up real quick.
Oh, yeah. Well, in gymnastics is different. We expect to see changes. We expect to see corrections made. I mean, and I hate to use the word groomed, but they're groomed to do that. As gymnasts, we are groomed to make changes. You're unfortunately groomed to be perfect. That is the nature of the sport. Yeah.
Do you think that's still like a thing?
Yes, it is still a thing. Yes. Okay. Yes. From they don't call it JO anymore, which is Junior Olympic. They call it developmental program. And in this developmental program, you're still on the scale of a 10, which means you're trying to get a perfect 10. Okay. It's called a perfect 10. So you're trying to be perfect. Okay. No deductions. Got it. You know? Okay. So you're teaching your kids how to be perfect. I don't necessarily agree with it now as an adult, but because I still coach the sport and that is the nature of the sport, I have to adhere to that. I do frame it a different way though. I frame it like, I don't expect it to be perfect, but I expect you to try your best every single time. So I say, make the next day your best day, for example, which means you're making that next day better than the one before. So you're striving for perfection in the long term. But that is still the goal. It's just framed differently. Got it. Yeah.
That makes sense. That makes sense. What did I do today? I got up and kind of straightened up a little bit, like washed the rest of my clothes, folded them. They're still here on the couch.
You better than me. I have not done my laundry today or yesterday. I had a long day yesterday. Okay. Did not do laundry. Say something about it. And I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about y'all. Say something about it. It's going to get done, just not right now.
Okay. But I did that, folded it, still sit on the couch. I'll probably do that tomorrow. And I went to the studio, actually. I didn't really have to, but I did. But I think I just wanted to go outside because it was so nice outside. Like, I probably got there at about 1 something. I left at like 5 something. I was gonna put the stuff in my car for tomorrow for my event, but I'm like, I can just go and do that tomorrow. I'm like, I don't know, procrastination a little bit, but got to the studio and got some work done and sent some quotes out and got Alana together for the cotton candy event on Saturday. I'm grateful for her to try and take over some of these, and she's game, and your sister hopefully as well, take over some stuff so we can focus on other business ventures that we have going, yet to be said and talked about, but coming soon. Yeah. And y'all gonna like it a lot.
It's crazy because I'm sitting here at work like wondering what you doing. I ain't got, hey, I made it, or I'm going to the studio or nothing like that.
Sorry. My bad.
You gotta do better.
I be trying. I just get there and like.
I even asked you like, what are you doing today? You didn't say anything about going to the studio.
What did I say?
Not that.
What did I say?
Got something in your teeth.
What did I say?
You got a lot in your teeth. What did you eat?
Oh, you know what I had? Oh man, you know what I had? I had kale right before the kale bites. I had the kale bites that we bought a while ago. Oh man, I'm out here bad. Dang. Okay, hold on. Let's see. Yeah.
You good?
Nope.
No.
Okay, wait.
Let me see.
I think I'm good.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm out here bad. You also have something in your teeth.
Oh no.
We out here bad on camera. Oh Lord. And maybe you can't see it from afar, but anyway, I didn't really need to go to the studio, but I did because I wanted to go outside, got some stuff done, and just concentrated for 4 hours as best I could. And then I also had a Reuben from Base Cafe. Delicious.
Sounds great. I had soup today. Why on the hottest day thus far? I had soup.
Happens like that.
Yeah, it does. I just grabbed it and I was like, oh, this would be good to eat or whatever. So I don't have to like go out and eat something that's not as healthy, which I would typically do because I have not told you yet, but I found a Five Guys.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
Don't go. Stay away.
I already went.
Oh.
I went last week.
Okay. What was the public service announcement that I did? You knew summer was coming, but you just kept eating.
Yeah.
You just kept eating. Oh, okay. I ain't trying to hear it.
But I can say that was the only thing that I had that day. So the calories were covered. I just had a burger and fries. Okay. Small fry.
Okay.
Extra Cajun.
All right.
Anyway, we are kind of getting off topic.
That's okay. We can reel it back in. Here we go.
Date night diaries.
You got it.
Date night diaries. We went to, this was on Saturday. We went to this place called Roanoke, which is like American restaurant.
Wait, are you not doing the other one? Are you not doing the museum?
That's in Black businesses, and
the museum. Okay.
Read at Black businesses.
All right, you got it. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
All right. Not that the museum is Black business, but it connects to what we did that day.
Got it.
Anyway, so we went to Roanoke, which is a restaurant. It was pretty good, although we were not sober. And you had chili. I had a salad. That was fire. And an espresso martini, of course. Why not?
Of course. If anybody makes espresso martini mixes, and wants a sponsorship, right over here, because she is the queen of espresso martinis.
Bruh,
okay.
I can
throw
it back.
I know.
I could throw it back. I could make one right now and throw it back. Okay. But yes, love me an espresso martini. It's for all the corporate baddies, even though I'm not corporate, but it's for all the baddies.
Okay.
How did you like Roanoke?
The chili was pretty good. It said it was award winning. I don't know what award it won.
What? Right.
But
restaurants always be doing that. They always talking about like the world famous ribs.
They do.
Who
but they could do
on the east side knows about this place.
They could be like have a chili contest at their restaurant and have 10 different people bring in chili, and the one that wins gets it on the menu, and you can call it award winning. Like one that wins amongst the people, and you call it award winning. It's not a lie.
It's not a lie.
But it's also not anything that's necessarily notable in the restaurant community.
That part.
Yeah. But it was pretty good. It surprisingly, it filled me up, and it was fine. But then after that, we went to
see Riverdance,
which is like my most favorite thing besides you in the whole wide world.
Riverdance is not Hamilton.
Oof. Yeah, Riverdance is like my first love. Hamilton is like my second, because I saw Riverdance in college, and like after that, I every time I see it's coming to Chicago, I go.
Did it come to Chicago in the past 3 years? Because
no, it came on the 25th anniversary, which was 5 years ago. That's the the CD I'll be listening to in the car. The CD, the stream that I'll be listening to in the car. That was the 25th anniversary, and I went 5 years ago when it came.
Okay,
and so here we are.
Okay, well, I'm glad you took me. It was a good time. I actually really enjoyed it. I've heard obviously the tracks that you play, in the car, and I never really. I'm just listening because it's on, but you're very musically diverse, so you always listen to all different types of music. Yeah. So going to watch the show and hearing the music live was definitely a different experience, and I enjoyed it. Very different than what I expected, which was a positive.
Yeah. Wow. We have the window open. Sorry.
That sounded like New York. Well, not really, because we don't have enough.
I feel like we can hear the people in the car talking.
No, we definitely did.
Okay.
I did.
Okay.
You're not alone on that.
All right.
Yes, so I loved Riverdance. I will go back and see it again.
Yes, because we will.
I'm sure.
We could go back and see it before it leaves here. That's how serious it is. Okay. Tempt me with a good time.
Yeah. It was fun though. It was fun.
Yeah, it I don't know. I encourage people to go see it. We were probably 2 of maybe 10 Black people there. And everybody else was of all different cultures and stuff. And I saw something online when I was looking at old Riverdance clips. Somebody said, I thought I was the only Black person that loved Riverdance. And in my head, I was like, no, you were not.
It's funny. It was a lot of Middle Eastern people there too.
Yeah. I mean, everybody's entitled to see everything.
Of course. But it's nice to see the diversity.
Yes. It
was nice to see the diversity. Agree. And then also I asked one of my kids who was like super Irish, like go to Ireland every year, apparently, or whatever, if they've ever seen Riverdance, and they have not. So I thought that was interesting.
Did she say, I mean...
Well, she's also like 5.
Okay.
But
why haven't your parents taken you to Riverdance? Yeah.
I feel like since it's part of like your culture, no, right?
I believe so. I mean, they portray it as that, and that's the vibe that I get. They had all types of Ireland and Irish commercials on the screen when we went or when we got there. So that's my assumption. But maybe that's. I
feel like it's like your rite of passage. Like you have to see it once. Just like as a Black person, you have to see Roots. You have to see The Color Purple.
Have you seen those both in their entirety?
Yeah. Well, the Roots, I don't know. I can't stay awake for Roots. Roots is a very, very long. But my mom used to put Roots on for Thanksgiving. I don't know why that was a tradition.
Have you seen Queen?
No.
With Halle Berry?
No.
Oh, you got to see it. It's good.
Why do I have to see it? What's so special about it? It used to be good. Like it's changed over the years.
Well, like as in different time periods, different things trend and are good.
Oh, okay.
I mean, is it timeless good? I don't know. Roots is timeless good. The 10 Commandments to me is timeless good. I enjoy the 10 Commandments. But it's with Halle Berry, and it's basically about her born as a mixed child and passing. She's passing in the white world. So it's interesting. And it was the first time I saw when I was younger. It was the first time I'd ever heard that term. And I was like, oh, okay. There's more to the story, but that's what I took from it.
What year was that made? Do you know?
Oh, gosh. I don't know. I mean, I could probably look it up and see. Let me see. What year was Roots? What year was Queen with Halle Berry?
1993. I was 2 years old.
Got it.
Jesus.
Got it. Well, that explains that.
Yeah.
93, I was 11. So I remember watching it.
Yeah. That I've never heard that name, that title, I should say, in my household. So no.
Okay.
Don't know anything about that.
If your sister saw it, it was kind of a big deal back then, especially because Halle Berry was in it, because she was a really big actress back then.
Maybe my mom has seen it.
You should ask her that when you go on your brunch with her.
Yes. All right. So that is our date night diaries, but that's not all we have for date night diaries. On 420, we also did some things, including visiting 14 Parish here in Hyde Park.
Really, really, really good.
Yeah, it was Ace's first time.
Yeah. Let us say that, we weren't sober. So we will have to go back again as per usual to see, but super, super good. I had the brisket? Corn.
It was a
cornbread something. I shouldn't have ate it, but it was just so fire. Brisket Benedict. Something like that. Something like that. But it was delicious. I'm sure my blood sugar spiked from the sugar in the cornbread, but I didn't care at the moment.
Yeah, the cornbread was good. And then I had wings.
But you just said, did you not really like your wings?
They weren't that, even not sober, weren't that great.
Damn, that sucks.
Yeah.
Wings are should be like a go-to, but I guess not.
Yeah. Anyway, what would you rate?
I give it a 4 out of 5.
4 out of 5? Okay.
Yeah.
I've been several times and I would still rate it a 4 out of 5.
Okay. Despite your wing debacle.
Yeah. Just won't get them again.
You won't get the wings again, or you just won't get the wings? Oh, okay.
Get the wings again.
Okay.
Yeah. They have this drink there called mermaid bathwater that is to die for.
That is hilarious.
But it's not the same as it was when the very first time I went.
It's not as strong?
No, it's still strong. It's just that it's not presented the same. Like, I don't know if they changed the spirits out or some of the ingredients or what, but the color of the drink was like a light powder blue. with either coconut rim or like coconut garnish within the drink.
Okay.
And now it's like a green. It looked like so so the very first time I had mermaid bath water, it looked like the bath water of what a mermaid would get into.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
What I have had recently, it looks like the dirty bath water that the mermaid has come out of.
Dang, dirty bath water is crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
It looked like the mermaid took a bath in the water then came out and then they served it. Like it's not giving the same. I mean,
it still is mermaid bath water.
It is.
What only makes it mermaid bath water is the fact that the mermaid has gotten into it. Otherwise, it's just water.
Either way, it's still a good drink. It's just the presentation threw me off when I had it again a couple months ago when I was there with my sisters.
Okay.
But after we left 14 Parish, we took a little walk over to the Museum of Science and Industry because we went to check out the Black Creativity exhibit.
Yeah.
We ended up seeing everything there, but the Black Creativity exhibit is where I feel like we spent most of our time like walking around and appreciating the art, and it was awesome to see.
There was some pretty cool art there. My favorite was the one that had like the image etched in the glass, and it told you had to put the
flash,
phone on it, the light on it, in order to see it. That was pretty cool.
I think. Sorry. Go ahead.
I was going to say they had a lot of cool stuff there that deserves some accolades, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think my favorite type of artwork are the pieces that are like 3D art. So it's like painted, but then there's aspects of the painting that is 3D or coming off.
Pop off the
canvas. So like if it's a woman, like she's painted, but her hair is 3D. Yes. It's hanging off the painting and everything like that. And there were a couple of those, and I thought that was really, really, really cool.
Yeah, those are cool. But then we walked around and like tinkered with stuff if it was available. There was a lot of people there.
It was, and it didn't seem to have like a regulation on how many people that they were letting in. They're just like, letting people in. Come on.
I mean, it's a pretty big space, so I mean, I guess they figure that by the time people walk through, then they come out, and you can definitely get lost in there if you don't be careful, man. It's like two-sided, and then you got to go upstairs, or you can take the elevator. And then they have the stairways marked as colors, and we barely found the exhibit, which I found a little alarming that they didn't have like this way. But I guess they don't. I don't know. It's an installation, so I would assume they would have this way. But I didn't. I thought
it was funny because we walked in and we were like, "Oh, here it is, right here," and it was a teen exhibit, and it was just like one little hallway. Like where's the rest of it?
Right. And then we walked into the rest of it, so that was cool. I'm glad we got to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, on to pop culture.
So for pop culture, we're actually pop culture today. I unfortunately had to work, but still we did a podcast salon by our friend Anna DeShawn, who is the owner of E3 Radio and also is the host of Queer News Podcast. If y'all haven't followed her, check that out, where she talks about queer news all the time. I think it drops once a week. And you can get like a good synopsis of what's going on in the queer world in like 15-20 minutes. And so she had a podcast salon where she invited ourselves and bad queers, and it was for Lesbian Visibility Week. And the purpose of the podcast salon is to amplify podcasts that you can't find. So she has a really, really large following, and so therefore by using her platform to amplify us, we gained a couple followers, and we gained just a little bit of notoriety. We've been doing this for like 2 years, I think. And she had a fun fact that most podcasts don't get past 3 episodes, so we have surpassed that.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
look at us.
Right. So it was really cool. We took a couple clips from previous episodes and just talked about them. Our friends from Flag Football showed up, which was really cool. The women. Shout
out to the ladies of Boom.
Tick tick. Boom. Yeah. So that was really cool. Really appreciative of them showing up, spending the money, coming out. Yeah.
You had to pay for it?
Yes, we did have to pay for it. It was a ticket. It was like $30.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
Big shout out to them.
Yeah. Yep. Big shout out to them.
Yeah.
It was a surprise. They also knew people from Bad Queers. Shout out to Bad Queers, and they were there for them. So it just kind of worked out that everybody was there for everybody. It had to be at least 20, 30 people there. Very intimate setting over at Affinity on 26th and 28th, I think, in Wabash. It was just real cool. It was just a real cool vibe. And then she is going to put episodes of, I don't know if it's like each pod salon that she does, or she's going to take clips at the end from every pod salon that she does, but she's going to put them on vinyl. And so she asked if we could talk about what that would look like, and I'm like, yeah, we're game, yeah, put us on some vinyl, however it looks. And I was going to support and buy one anyway, but she has to do pre-orders, and then you can purchase one. So we have more information about that and how you guys can support if you'd like. Yeah, we'll talk about that. And while I'm talking about this, if you haven't followed us on Patreon, TikTok, or Instagram, please do so. It's together.real.bad.pod on all platforms, and we're trying to grow our following. We're trying to do a bunch of stuff. The business just came to mind that we're doing that I'm being secretive about, but we're just trying to do a bunch of stuff for the community and culture and just all the cool things that we don't necessarily have on the South Side, but would be nice if we did. So that's pop culture.
All right. You ready to get into the meat and potatoes?
The meat and potatoes? Yes. So this episode, I think, will be called LGBTQIA Plus the B, but the B is silent, or something along those lines.
Where'd you get that idea from?
Oh, yes. Shout out to our Airbnb guest, Demetria. I'll be shouting her out in the show notes as well. I asked her if we were talking and she came up with that idea. And she said, hey, you can use it as long as you shout me out. And I'm going to shout her out. But basically, talking about being bisexual within the LGBTQIA plus community, and kind of, this is going to be like a more you thing. I'm going to just ask the questions because I'm just gay.
Yeah, just ask away.
And so I guess I'll start off with the first questions. How did you know that you were attracted to men and women?
Always been attracted to men. Okay. Always. But the women came about in college. And I felt like, I guess this is, now looking back on it, this was me struggling with my sexual identity, and I didn't realize I was struggling at the time. I grew up in a church, and I thought, honestly, that the devil was fucking with me.
Oh, for real?
I never told you this. What? I thought the devil was like fucking with me and like throwing shit in my face and taunting me and trying to like corrupt me, I guess, in a way.
Wow. That's crazy.
I know,
okay,
right?
So go ahead. And now I have so many questions.
These thoughts came about because there was this one girl who ended up in the future being one of my exes. We did date for a little bit. And there was something about her. She just, every time I turned around, she was right there. And I was just like, girl, leave me alone. And I started like to become attracted to her, and I didn't know why. Up until this point, I had never voiced out loud that I was attracted to women, but like being around her like made me like her even more. And I didn't know what she was doing to me. And so like, she kept inviting me like, oh, you should take this class. You should take this class because all of us are going to be in it. Meaning like there were like some basketball players, some other athletes that were going to be in these criminal justice classes. Okay. And so at first I was very hesitant in joining because I'm like, I don't want to be around y'all. I don't want to be, wrapped up in that. But I ended up joining because on the other side, I was thinking like, hey, we could, do homework. Like if we need help cheating, possibly.
Oh, that's crazy.
We could help each other out. And I'm not just talking about me and her, but I'm just talking about us as a community, And so the more I hung out around her, the more I started liking her. And our relationship grew from there.
That is so interesting that you thought the devil was fucking with you.
I did. And because also before I got to college, I was also in this dance company called Endure. And we had some like we had this one flamboyant guy in our company. And he was just so annoying to me because he was just so flamboyant. And he wasn't a bad guy or anything. It was just that he was just always doing so much.
Over the top.
Yeah. And that was another reason I thought that was like messing with me. I'm like, get me away from these. Yeah.
What? So kind of homophobic? Kind of?
I guess you can kind of say that, but I wasn't, because I appreciated, gay people. I didn't discriminate, but I didn't want to be associated, I guess.
Yeah.
With it.
Okay. That's understandable.
That sounds so bad.
I mean, but this was years ago. Yeah. But this was years ago, and I don't think it's a bad thing. I think it's an experience that you needed to understand what you were going to get into. Honestly, like
maybe.
I mean, yeah, I don't think it's a bad thing. Sounds bad, but it's not. It's just how you felt, and a lot of what you experience when you're younger, or the feelings that you have until you grow old enough to understand what's going on, are those of the environment that you're in.
Yeah.
So that's really interesting. Without getting into too much detail, can you tell me about your first sexual experience with a woman? How did you what? I don't want the details. I mean, just because we don't typically do sex themed stuff, but just were you scared? Was it enjoyable? Was it close to your first time with a man? What was that?
I barely remember. But that's because I don't remember a lot of shit in my life.
Okay.
It was with my ex. Her name is Jasmine. Shout out to Jasmine. Me and her, we kind of cool to this day. But so if I remember correctly, I don't think I know it felt good.
Okay.
I don't know. Actually, I know I came. I did. But after that.
For the first time?
Huh?
For the first time?
What, a woman?
I mean, period.
No, what, a woman?
Okay. I'm just asking because people don't always, not long, once in my life, I think, maybe twice.
Okay, well.
Okay, when I was dating a guy, but that's why I asked.
Oh, okay. No, but it was first time with a woman.
Okay.
And, because remember I told you I had first time I had sex was my freshman year of college with my white boyfriend.
Oh yes,
we did 4 times that day.
You did. My bad.
And it was good, but then after that she expected me
to return the favor.
And I was just like, girl,
I'm a pillow princess, bitch. What are you talking about? Hair fling, right?
Yeah. And that's when I kind of realized what the term pillow princess was. Later on, I finally got that definition or that terminology, and I fully lived in it. And I lived in it when I started dating this girl named Natalie, the one that brought us those drinks and food at District, the Puerto Rican girl.
She worked there, or? Yeah,
remember I said I was going to sit at the bar to talk to Natalie when we went out for Steph's birthday.
Black Steph?
Yes. When we were on the bar.
Okay.
Bar crawl.
Okay. Got it. Oh, got it. Okay. I'm with you. Okay.
So, and she was a touch me not. Yeah.
Okay.
So that situation worked out.
Chef's kiss.
And yeah, so that's when I really lived in my pillow princess era. And I loved it. Loved it.
How we have evolved. That was my villain laugh.
We got it. Silly. He's silly.
Okay.
I'm getting hot now. Shit.
I told you was gonna get hot now.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said I told you so, but
look at y'all see that?
I apologize. I apologize. Oh, so okay. So when this happened, did you like tell anybody else? Were you telling her to be secretive? And like, where did you find support for? Because this happened in college, right?
This happened in college. Okay.
Where did your support come from? Like, were you able to say something like what?
I don't think I told anybody. Until I told my sister Ariel, but I'm not sure at which time I told her. I don't know if it was while I was like dating Natalie or while I was dating Jasmine for the second time. Because we were going back and forth. Gay, for Ariel is my stud sister. Okay. Yeah, I didn't tell anybody, and it was easier to hide this because once me and Jasmine started dating, she had graduated. So it's not like we were walking around campus holding hands and skipping. It was like when she would come into town or whatever, I had an apartment. So she would just come over to my apartment.
What was happening at your apartment?
Nothing. Okay. We didn't do it. We hadn't had sex until at that point yet.
Oh, okay. That's the one that flew you out to...
She didn't fly me out.
Italy?
Yeah. But I went to Italy to visit her for like a week and a half or something like that. Because she played basketball over there. She's actually still over there, but in France now.
Okay. So. Shout out to Jasmine. Good shit. So, okay. You didn't tell anybody y'all were dating.
No.
Okay. So that's basically the story of how you figured out or like understood what you were feeling towards her.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. Okay, so I'm trying to see which question I would like to ask you first. Do you feel like people label you, since we're in this relationship, do you feel like people label you as gay, as bisexual, and do you care if people mislabel you?
I feel like people label me as lesbian because I'm with you.
Okay.
But I make it a point to say, oh no, I'm bisexual.
Right.
Not because I feel like they need to know, but like I think it's important. I still like men. Like
I don't like men no more.
That's you. I still find myself very attracted to a man.
Okay.
But then I find myself thinking like, how long are you with a woman before you decide that like, no, I guess I'm fully.
I don't think you ever have to decide that because you are who you are. Just because we're together doesn't mean like you're not attracted to any other women. Or I'm sorry, any other men.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? So that's still your identity.
But even if I don't have the desire to have sex with a man, I'm not saying that I'm not saying that I feel that way now. I'm just saying like
if that
as
was
years
the
go
case.
on, yeah.
I don't know that I don't. Oh, that's a great question. I think that's something that's on your plate to decide, because if I'm attracted to a man, okay, we'll do it like this. Remember I told you like there's like I have an attraction to Dre, but I don't want to have sex with him.
Dre who? Your brother? Your cousin?
No. What's his name? That played indoor with us and he messed up his Achilles.
Oh, Dre.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like remember that episode? I was like, yeah, I have like an attraction to him, but I don't really want to have sex with him. I like sex with him. I just want to be around him.
You just want
that attraction doesn't. Yeah, like he's just cool to be around. So that attraction doesn't mean that I'm bi or that I'm straight now.
It makes me feel like, you know how the conversation, or maybe not a conversation, but like how women in heterosexual relationships be like, oh, like she's pretty, like,
yeah, it's like that, but it doesn't mean that they're gay,
right?
And I feel like a woman can be attracted to another woman. Attraction, not sexually attracted to. I feel like if you are sexually attracted to, then you may be bi-curious, by trying to understand what's going on, by wanting to try it.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't have to take a label, or you can take a label. It's completely up to you. We can get married and you can still be bi. Like you still have an attraction to men. When that attraction to men is no longer there, then I feel like, oh, maybe I just slipped into being a lesbian. That's just my personal opinion. I don't know. I can't speak for you and how you feel.
Yeah,
it's fluid. Sexuality is fluid. That's the big thing.
It is. And I honestly don't care really what people think, mm-hmm. whether I just want them to know that I am not straight.
You can also call yourself sexually fluid.
Yeah.
But that would mean everything.
I'm not running.
That would run the gamut.
No, I'm not running the gamut. That's not in my ministry. However, I think that like when it comes like men coming up to me, I love telling them I have a girlfriend. Please don't talk to me.
What do they say typically when?
I mean, it's the typical like annoying answer. I like women. I have a girlfriend. Oh, I like women too. No shit, Sherlock. Or your girlfriend like letting you have friends? No. Can you have a boyfriend? No. Even though I probably could, but
you know, it's always a conversation to be had. I don't shut down nothing over here. It's just a conversation, see what it is, what's up, what's going on, what you want, what's gonna make you happy, what's gonna make us happy, what's fair, because sexuality is so fluid. And it makes me think like, I don't know that I could be in like a poly relationship, but I don't know that I would shut it down. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like I wouldn't take the initiative to want to explore it. But if it was something that my partner wanted, I'm always open to having a conversation.
I have over like the past few months, maybe have thought about that lifestyle. However, it's a lot of work. And I'm just like, I gotta go talk to this person. I gotta go talk to this person. I gotta go be with this person. I gotta share my energy with this person. Yes. I gotta go lay in a bed with this person. Yes. I gotta go cuddle with this person. I don't want to, that's a lot of work. I mean, and I know there's like different dynamics to it.
Yeah.
Definitely different dynamics to it. But I'm just like, I would hate to like make you feel unwanted in my spending time with somebody else. Yeah.
I feel that. But you know, again, it's just a conversation. I mean, like we've been approached and it's like, well, what does that mean? What does that look like? Right. How does that work? What is the time? Like,
although I don't see it happening with this person. It's just too much going on there. And I don't want that. I don't want that drama or anything.
No, I feel that.
Yeah.
I feel that. Okay. So we talked about how you figured out that you were bi. Mm-hmm. We just talked about attraction. In your straight facing relationships, when you told men that you like this is you in a relationship, and when you told men you were bi, what was the reaction?
So the first relationship that I told a man that I was bi was with this guy who I had been with, I think starting at the age of 25. Mm-hmm. It was right after Jasmine, like that kind of overlapped, honestly.
Okay.
And he was like, girl, you're not bi. Stop playing.
Not shutting you down. Damn.
Yeah, shutting me down. Like, girl, you're not bi. Not the way you take this dick or like.
Whoa.
I'm paraphrasing.
Yeah, no, I feel you, but damn.
But it was like you're not bi. Like, shut up. You're not bi.
Just hurt his little ego. That's what happened.
Oh, his ego was definitely
feeling like he wasn't enough.
Bruised.
It was about him and not you.
Yeah, I feel like. And the thing is that I wasn't, just because I say I'm bi doesn't mean I'm not attracted and wanting you. It's just that I'm also attracted to women as well.
Yeah.
In addition to.
Right.
Not in place of.
Right.
So moving forward after that relationship, I made it a point to be upfront about my sexuality, getting into relationships, and I let them know right away, like, I like women too. Like, I date women as well.
Yeah.
And all of my heterosexual relationships past that was fine with it, outside of, like, of course, them wanting to add a woman to the mix, but the kind of woman that I like ain't the kind of woman you like, brother. You know, it's a difference. Like, it's different for me because I'm not I'm attracted to femmes, like they're beautiful, but I don't see myself dating a femme. Now, if have I messed around with a femme? Yes, and when I mess around with a femme, I am the dominant one.
I definitely can see that.
Yes, I know you can. Mm-hmm. I'm the more dominant one, and I don't necessarily like being in that role. So I don't see myself, because if I was in that role all the time, you would see a huge transition. I would become a stem to the prettiest stud. And I don't want that for me.
I would just want to see it. I don't want that for you either. But
you don't want to see it, and it's not happening. No.
You be out here backwards with baggy shorts on, boy.
You already like me with my hat's backwards.
I definitely think you look really good with a hat on. Like, yeah.
Anyway, so yeah.
Okay, so do you think people assume our relationship is less serious because it is a female on female relationship? And has anybody said that to you? There's an assumption that, you know, from what you see.
Can we pause before you get into that question? We didn't ask about if I was with a woman and how they feel about me being bi.
Okay.
How do you feel about me being bi?
I take zero issue with it.
Mm-hmm.
You're the second bi female that I've been in a relationship with. You would think that I have some type of post-traumatic stress or something, because the last relationship, the one that we always talk about, that was just really like not good. She was bi and she cheated on me with a man, and like an idiot, I was like, it's okay, I understand. We like stayed together for a period of time after that. But I don't take issue with it. I don't think that you would go and cheat on me with a man. I think that we have enough trust within our relationship to know, and we've been together long enough for me to feel comfortable with you being bi, and I don't take issue with it at all. I think it's who you are. I accept who you are, and
how's my shoe?
Okay, I accept who you are, and it is what it is. And like I said, I mean, it's something that I've said many times, it's something that we've addressed previous to us being together for so long. And it's, you know, if there's something that comes up and you're like, hey, I think I need a little something extra, then again, it's always a conversation to be had.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, sometimes I think it's funny because like you told D Mitch, like, boy.
Yeah.
Boy.
Because he is a cutie.
He's a nice looking guy.
He is.
Yeah. And so, yeah, that's how I feel about you being bi. I think zero issue with it. It's who you are. I accept it. It makes you who you are. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Jasmine did not really like it so much, but I think it's because like
trust?
I think it was trust. We definitely didn't have a foundation of trust. And I think she was very insecure about the fact that I could, you know, turn back to a man, because essentially she was the one who turned me out.
Okay.
And you know how studs be taking pride in that shit. So
for the record, I am not a stud. For all those out there,
she is not a stud
at all.
She's just mask presenting.
Correct.
What would you consider yourself?
More of a tomboy than anything. Maybe a STEM.
I would say STEM.
I don't identify with a STEM. I'm not hard like that. I have no. I don't want to be hard like that. I'm not
teddy
very
bear
dominant like that. I mean, certain situations, yes, certain situations, but I don't feel like I'm like, you know, overly masculine. No, thank you. No shade, no tea for those who are, but it's just not me.
Yeah, but I like it just the way you are. Perfect for me.
Period. Vice versa. Okay, so back to the initial question.
Yes, sorry, I had to.
No, we were supposed to talk about that, and time is running down, so I appreciate the reeling it in. Do people assume that because you're in a relationship with a woman that it is less serious, and that like if you tell them that, they like, you know, they like brush it to the side, like, I ain't worried about her, I can get you if I want you, kind of thing?
I don't think I've ever been in that situation where someone even felt like they could take me from you. I feel like they felt like they could still get to me, but not necessarily take me out of this relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cause it's not happening.
Yeah. I feel like they've had the guts to like propose things or say slick shit on the side to see where they get in or if they can get in any kind of way. And
just with you or with both of us?
Both. Like we've talked about inappropriate messages from one of my exes, this same ex also asked about a threesome with all three of us. So the answer has always been no and will stay no.
For the record.
Nigga. but it's happened. Recently, I don't think recently we've been approached by a man, but I can say that one of the guys that I used to date, like, I guess the dating world is just not what it's cracked up to be. And I think I brought it up. I was like, so I'll say, so what if I said that I could get permission or something around the lines of, I can get permission to be with you and stay with Ace. Like, how would you feel about that?
You asked somebody that you said? Yeah. Okay.
Just to text the temperature. And he was like, that's something to talk about. I never brought it up again. But I just wanted to see where he was at with it. So that was interesting to hear that, you know, he would resort to sharing me.
Is it the last guy you had sex with?
Yes.
That's interesting. But I can see that though. I can see that. I get that vibe.
Yeah.
Okay. Shout out.
Even though he pissed me off on Sunday. He did. And I texted him today about it.
Oh, what did he say?
I did. I mean, I said, I'd have to tell you off air.
Okay. Fair enough.
But it was some things. And it was also, I said something about that one person. And sorry, y'all not privy to who and what we're talking about.
And then I can't even say the damn word, but we try and keep some things, we don't want to throw people out there. It's not what we try to do. Yeah.
But I said some things about that person.
Yeah.
And he hasn't texted back since. Because he's like the type, like, I ain't even finna get into that. I'm not finna touch that. So, but I got it off my chest.
Period.
Sure did. But I'll tell you about it later.
Okay. So the last question I'm going to skip to is really, I guess, the question for me in terms of boundaries and flirting and things of that nature. So,
what's the question? Where is it?
Right here.
You want me to ask you?
Sure. If you'd like. Can you see it?
Managing outside. Oh,
right here.
Oh, can you still openly talk about attraction to all?
Maybe I'll ask you. Can you still openly talk about attraction to all genders when you're in a relationship?
Yeah,
Do you feel like that?
Yeah, we've been saying it.
Yes.
It's just talking about D Mitch.
Yes.
Celebrities, of course. Yes. Although you don't talk about people who you find attractive as often as I do.
Because I feel like I'm picky. I feel like I'm picky.
And you chose me.
It's not very often.
I chose you, so.
Right, both. It's not very often that I like have like an attraction like how we had, just period. I don't know. Like, you have to have a certain, I don't know what it is, a certain swag, a certain look, a certain something that I'm attracted to.
What was it about me? What's my swag? What's my look?
Well, gymnast helped a lot. I mean, of course, you're beautiful, but being a gymnast was something I was attracted to. Your sense of humor was something I was attracted to. Like, starting off, and just
so now my sense of humor is trash.
Yes, when you're watching TV on TV, my sense of humor is trash.
She doesn't like Modern Family
and memes.
Yes, I be laughing at memes.
Nah, you'll look at something and just I'll be like, you don't find this funny? I'm over here dying laughing,
and I'd laugh inside.
Why not laugh on the outside?
There are some things that make me chuckle. There are some things that make me cry laughing. Like, what were we laughing at the other day that I could not stop crying about? No, it was that play of that ensemble, like they were singing or whatever, and that lady fell, and she had to keep it together as they were continuing through the song, and she couldn't. And and honestly, when I showed you that was not my first time seeing it, but that was the hardest. I laughed at it. Sober, y'all, too.
Which is
very
funny because I laugh at everything. If it's funny, I'm gonna laugh.
But she don't like Modern Family, which is fucking hilarious. She doesn't like Abbott Elementary.
No, it's not that I don't like it. It's just a little too dry for me. I think it's a really well written show, and I think it's great, but it's just not for me. I'm not knocking it at all. But the dry stuff, I don't like dry humor. Put it in my face. I want to laugh out loud.
So like, give me a show
that's funny to me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because there isn't one that's funny to you.
Watch a bunch of comedy. I don't watch like comedies like that.
You like rom-coms. Which I find that interesting.
Because I was
fact
like,
about you.
I feel like when I was young, I was a hopeless romantic. Like I always had, yes. So like I always, because when you're watching sex on TV, you always have it in your head that it has to be a certain way and it has to flow and you have to take your partner's clothes off like this or that. And that was like, yeah. And and so I think that's why I like rom-coms, because they embody all that. Like it's funny and it's cute.
And how old were you when you were watching these movies and videos with sex in them?
I mean, they were 14, 15, but not like sex scenes, not like porn, but you know, they start you.
Oh, you know what I forgot to mention?
What?
When I really knew I was attracted to women.
Oh.
It was still in college.
Okay.
But I started watching the L Word. I don't know how I came across it.
You know who else watched the L Word? Who says they're straight? Marcy.
Marcy? Like, she is not straight. You cannot watch that show and be straight after that.
I'm gonna tell Marcy to look at about the 55 or 50. Listen to the 55 or 56 minute. We got a shout out for her.
This might be a little bit TMI, but my vagina used to be throbbing.
When you watching the L Word, that's facts.
That's when I really knew. Is this one on Patreon? Is this
no?
Oh, lucky y'all. Yeah. Forgot to mention that the L Word was, yeah, I love me some L Word.
Did you ever watch Noah's Ark?
No.
Okay. That might have been a little bit before you. I might have been, maybe you might have been in your teens. Yeah. L Word came on Logo and it was, Noah's Ark came on Logo and it was basically the trials and tribulations of Noah and like his friends and his sexual encounters in his life and everything. Really good show on Logo. But right around when RuPaul first came out with Drag Race on Logo. Really good. Yeah.
That word. I wish I would come back. And now I listen to Leisha and Shane. What's Shane's real name?
Oh, their podcast?
Yeah, I listen to them every week.
Do you?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Is it that good?
No, it's not. But I just
you like Shane?
I do like Shane. I do like Shane.
A lot of ladies like Shane.
But it's more of like they just be talking about random stuff and they be all over the place in their like conversations. There is no. They probably name the episode after they have it. Like, like yeah, Leisha just goes off the rails on a tangent with certain things, and I just it's a good listen on the way to work.
Okay.
Not very educational, not serious at all.
Okay. I can hear that.
Oh, sorry. Like, what are you hitting me for?
You didn't even realize you was doing it.
I mean, I did realize I was doing it.
Okay.
But yeah. So I do listen to their podcast.
Okay. So if I'm going to name this,
it's called Pants.
Wow.
Their podcast is called Pants.
It's real random.
Pants.
And you know the intro song. Oh, you don't even know our intro song. Crazy.
You don't know our.
You don't either.
Their song, all they say is pants.
Okay.
And it says it over and over again.
Okay. So
there's not many words to forget or not understand or not pick up on.
Okay. To round this all off, in order to name this episode LGBTQIA Plus, but the B is silent. Do you think bisexual, I have to ask this question, do you think bisexual men and women, but let's especially focus on men because I feel like they do get the worst rap. How do you feel about the rap that they get? And would you date a bisexual man?
I thought about that and I don't think that's not my ministry. I have no problem with it. I think that if you're going to do it, you know, do it. You know, the world be rocking to it. You know, they really don't. That's why the B is silent. However, you can't silence us. Anyway, I personally wouldn't date a bisexual man, because if I'm dating a man, I need you to be, I need you, you
need a manly man.
I need a manly man. I need a manly man.
Not even a guy that's not bi, but is in touch with his maybe slight feminine energy.
I want a man to be soft, but I need him to be a manly man as well. Like, I want him to be in touch with his emotions and have like a slight feminine touch. But I feel like bisexual men, at least maybe the ones that I've come up with in my head, aren't that way. And so I wouldn't necessarily date one. If one approached me and I found out that he was bi, and then he all of a sudden starts talking about girl, because now he's let himself, out the closet with me. And I just would probably be like,
no.
Like, what's that meme with that guy from, he's got a bald head. He's an actor, Black. He can sing. And he's been in like different shows. And that one meme, he's like, I'm going to show you and you're going to know exactly what I'm talking about.
Okay. That'll be you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd be like, whoa. Hold on.
I think for most guys, being bisexual is a gateway to being gay. It's like a transition.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to generalize.
I can see that.
And I don't think it's a bad thing, but I think it's safe to say, I'm bi, while they're deciding, if they want to jump all the way in instead of just putting one toe in. Correct.
I don't think it's that way for women. I feel like maybe some women can, but it's not my story.
Yeah, I wonder, sometimes I'm like, I wonder why I didn't be like, I'll be bi. I just think, I've known since 6th grade, I think that's the reason. But it would have been probably safer to the transition, but I was just like, rip the Band-Aid off. I'm not dating no more men.
Why? So you just decided to not date men anymore, and that's when you became a lesbian? Because the dick was not, it was too much? So it's too big, it's too strong, it won't fit.
You're so stupid.
It's too much.
So I dated a guy in college, who, by the way, has like 7 kids now. So I dodged a bullet.
Jesus.
Dodged a bullet. And I liked him. I was attracted to him. Okay. That was like my most serious relationship with a guy. After that, like when I broke up with him, I was like, I'm just gonna be out here hoeing around a slight bit.
You had a whole phase?
Not really. I was having I didn't want to be with this guy. I was just having sex with him, maybe like 2 or 3 times, and I was like, I'm over it. Then I moved here, and I was trying to date. I dated one guy, and I was really trying to give him a chance, and I was like, I do not like this guy. And then I was like exploring my sexuality. So I was on like Craigslist trying to
Craigslist.
Yeah, well, you got to think. When I was early 20s, all the stuff that's around now wasn't around.
Prehistoric.
Yeah. But I was on Craigslist, like.
You were putting out ads? Or
no, I was reading ads.
Oh, God.
I was reading ads. And
that's scary.
I know, right, when you think about it. But I didn't know how else to. I knew it was on Craigslist because I used to get on Craigslist all the time to like look for stuff to buy or look for housing or whatever. But I reached out to this one woman who actually like responded, but I think she was like very, very closeted, and she wasn't even like willing to meet up, which was fine. So then I found this website called Downlink. And so I got on there and like was just, people would hit me up, and I think one of the first people that hit me up was the first woman. No, that's not it. After my very first relationship, I got on Downlink. My very first relationship, I think I told you or talked about it on air. I went to Office Depot, Office Max, whatever it was, back in the day, and I was looking for a job, and I gave my resume to a woman there, and she ended up pulling my resume, like taking the number off my resume and contacting me.
Illegal,
red flag. Yeah. But yeah, after that, and I dated her. I think because I was more like,
did you get the job?
No.
That's crazy.
I think by that time, maybe I had found something else. But yeah, it was it was like a transition, like new city, new you. You can explore things.
You can reinvent yourself, kind of.
Yeah, you don't have to be the same person. Nobody.
I want to go somewhere where I can reinvent myself. I'm so tired. I'm
tired of what?
I don't know. I want to move.
How we gonna move?
I don't know. I'm just saying, I want to move.
Okay, we're still on the list of things to do.
I know.
Well, now that we're rambling and way off topic.
You done?
I'm done.
You want to take it or leave it, or leave it like that?
I don't really have a take it or leave it for this episode.
I don't either.
If you
we're leaving the B's pronunciation. The B is not silent.
If you like what you heard, please go follow us on on our social media platforms, together.real.bad pod. I almost feel like I want to give a little hint to our venture, our business venture, to see if people listen to the end, which they probably don't. What do you think? Keep it silent. Don't say nothing.
I think that we should probably have like some type of contest, and whoever listens all the way in, like they have to inboxes us first, then they get something free.
Yep, that's what it is. So we have a new business venture that we hope to start up in May. We've been kind of secretive about it. I haven't really told a lot of people, just because we want to make sure it gets off the ground and things get going. It's going to be super dope. But if you inbox us because you listen to the end and you're in Chicago, we cannot fly anywhere, but you can come to us if you want to, and you're in Chicago. When we get started, we're going to give you something free. Not yet. Dope.
When we're announcing it, it's going to be at the end of the episode. This is not the episode that you need to contact us on about.
Yeah, but they can though. People can, and we'll just put them in some sort of drawing if it's more than one person.
Okay.
So
sure.
Yeah. Bonus to you if you listen to the end.
All right. Until next time, guys.
Peace.
She's stuck inside my mental. She got a body like a temple. Even though she drives me crazy, I tell everyone that's my baby. She's pretty like a 4K sunset. Blue-eyed baby from the Midwest. Body so bad when she undressed. If I was your ex, I'd be upset. Little did he know I was up next. Big brown boy with the big flex. I know that you know I'm the one. She's stuck inside my mental. She got a body like a temple. Even though she drives me crazy, I tell everyone that's my baby.